Hello, welcome to Top of the World. Today's a genuine barn find. I've watched loads of barn find videos. Some are true and some are not. And it's like some are clickbait and some are not. Okay, I just had to thread the needle to get the van and the trailer in here. Now I know there's a ditch here, a big one there. Casper's exploring the ditch because where the bears walk. Anyway, this is, without any question, an old barn, a very old barn. And I think, but I'm not sure, and I'm hoping it's behind those doors. I know there's something really old, and it's broken, and it's been there for a while. I just don't even know. I can't even tell you how much I've had to thread the needle between old farm equipment, big old bushes, rocks. Anyway, can we get out of here? Pegs? Well, I hope we can get out of here. Anyway, I've kind of had to come in this way because there's a big rock here and all this stuff. I got in. Now we're going to go and find the key, which should be where I hid it a few weeks ago. And I'll take you in that barn. That's better. I'll take you in that barn, this barn, and show you what we got. There you go. A big old barn. And some of you will recognise this property. We've been taking down trees and we moved that cabin over there, right? And look at this for a beautiful old barn. And it is a beautiful old barn. You can see the original piece. This is where the cows were, and you can see the bits that have been added on over the years. It is a beautiful barn. And the beautiful old lock. Alright, did I bring a torch? No, I didn't. Oh my word, behind the floors. Okay, that is the right doors, good. Right, this is what we have. And we're going to attempt to, by ourselves, load this onto the trailer, take it back to the shop for repair. Right, I don't know what's in there or how to open these doors, but now I see. Okay, oh, well that was easy. It's dark. Right, as everything dropped to such an extent, we're not going to be able to open these doors. I brought all manner of bars and stuff with me, so we're going to have to go back round the long way and get some bars to open it, because that's what I wanted to do. How cute is that? So it's appears to have a bit of a homemade roof on it. Anyway, let's go and get some bars and open them doors. Alright. Well, there's one. Here comes the other one. Not so bad. Okay. For the 5th, 2009. So, I don't know what that means, but that's the last date in the diary. 6 or 8 attempts at trying to get that trailer straighter on that door, and I can't do it. So, I've got it connected up. Let's see how easy it's going to come out. only had an electric wrench and 2 people, eh? I might have to scrap this steering off now. One tyre's flat and one tyre isn't, and it makes it want to keep turning, so I might have to. I ain't cold anymore. Whew. Let's keep going that way, look. So what we want to do is we want to put that on there like that. And everything's really old and fragile, so you've got to be really gentle with everything. You can do this and quite easily break the steering wheel. Right, let's try that. Seems to be rolling all right. Now you've got it. Now the steering wants to turn the other way because I've got one up on the ramp and the other one stuck the other side of it. I could do with a big bit of wood to open it up on there, really. See if that works. I'll hold the steering wheel straight now. Feel like one time the wheel pops up onto the ramp. I don't want to. I'm going to have to wake it up a bit. test is, can I get this out of here? It was quite difficult getting it in unladen, and now I've got to get it out loaded, so we need to get it out onto some hard tack somewhere. So I've only got the one camera, so I can't set up multiple cameras. So it's just going to have to be as it is. To see if I can go and get out of here. I wanted to bring the Land Cruiser and use the Land Cruiser because we'd be out by now, not a front wheel drive transit, you know what I mean? Anyway, we couldn't bring the Land Cruiser, so we got front wheel drive transit. This really is the most fucking useless vehicle. this, yeah. I've got tractors, four-wheel drives, the best four-wheel drive in the world, bar none. What am I doing with a transit? I can ask myself the same question. For those of you never seen that method before, it works. That's what I can tell you. It's not very pleasant to watch and listen to, but it works. And we're still stuck, so we'll still go further until we get on the top of this field, and then it should be hard enough to be able to get off. So did I fail yesterday? Yeah. Obviously it's the next morning, way below freezing. If I'd come back in the van this morning with my studded tyres on, which should be on anyway, would I have pulled that straight out of there? Yep. Anyway, we started to make a mess of the field. So I got it through the rough stuff all right, because there was more grip. But as soon as I got into this field, none of it went well. So this is an actual field, it's very soft, the grass was short. And you can see, well, it's quite frozen now, but anyway, I was going to make a real mess, so I stopped. Now I have just dragged the middle wheel all the way through there, which hasn't helped. That's not good. Anyway, none of that's good really, but with a tractor I just pulled it out. So I'm going to put my triangle on the back and we'll tow that back home quite legally, and that'll work well. Yeah, so we got out of there because it's obviously long stuff. Oh, you can't see because of the sun. Anyway, is any of that... I've left the door open. Can you believe I've left the door open on the tractor? Is any of that as exciting as driving all the way here with heat? Ah, unbelievable. What's exciting about that? Well, if you're new, that's my first tractor that's had heat, and the only reason it's got heat is because I was skilled enough to be able to fix it, to give it heat. So yeah, there we go, we got heat in the tractor. Right, let's tow it out onto some hard standing and strap this down and secure it and get ready for the trip back. There we go, safely delivered to the yard. There's a reason that I should have done this before now, and that I have to do it now, because that is going to be worked on this winter, but it has to go in the shop first, because there's other things that need to go in the shop after, which I should have already started on and have not. Right, so winter projects. Before I get this off the trailer and put it in the shop, we can just have a quick look around it. Was I aware when I dragged that out the barn that it is as rare as it is? No. But there's some very distinctive things about this that tell me the exact year of manufacture and supply. And I can tell you it's a 1956. And I can tell you it's a 1956 for a whole range of reasons. It could actually be because of the chassis number, and I do know the chassis number. It could be a 1957. However, this is the Volvo Krabat, and there was two versions of this, the Krabat and the Terrier. And the Krabat was manufactured in 1956, and we know this because it's red and it's got Krabat on it. We also know this because of its chassis number. And in 1957, things about this had changed, but there was two made at the same time that are identical. That was the Krabat and the Terrier. And the BM Terrier was green, and the Krabat was red. And in 1957, both the Terrier and the Krabat both got painted in red. However, because this is stamped with the T15, I'm pretty sure its year of manufacture was 1956. And that's 4 forward gears, 1 reverse, 4-cylinder petrol. It's a 27 horsepower. Visually, the two things that are different about this are the lights up here, and they should have been on the side there, and there is actually a hole there. However, I'm going to show you the brackets in a minute, because these brackets weren't homemade. And the other thing that's really different about this, and I can't find another image anywhere of another one of these with its cover. I don't know if this is leather or not. Let's go back to 1956. There'd have been no plastics available. No plastics available in 1956. Not quite sure what that is, but it is completely original and completely intact. So let's have a little look around it. So I'm pretty sure this is the B14C engine, which will make it in 1956. If it's a B, there are numbers in there. The B14C was produced in 1956, and then in 1957 it changed to the B16C. Anyway, there she is, 4-cylinder. Yeah, as the old coil pack there, looks like that's been replaced. There's not been too many things. Alright, here's the light brackets. This is where the lights should have been, but there's these clearly purpose-built brackets with the lights in the front there. It does have the screw-on Volvo, which is correct to 1956. It does have an alternator. Everything else, it's had an updated switch at some point, electrical shut-off switch, but everything else looks completely original. I say there's no plastic. That's glass, plastic. So I don't know what this is, but I can't find any other images with one of these with its full stitched cab. Now the roof that's been made, somebody's made this out of tin. We can quite clearly see there it would have been whatever this material is, whether it's leather or not, on top. I put a strap on it because I didn't want it coming off. Very basic tractor with a very basic 3-point hitch. Tyres are old, Goodyears, made in Sweden. This one isn't, but the other side is. Or is this? No, this is a replacement tyre. They would have come out as standard with Goodyears. Okay, the door. Focus. Okay, so here we can see it's definitely a T15, which makes it a 1956. Very basic. What's interesting about, I don't know if this is the, yeah, this has got to be the lesser known engine. Okay, well the predecessor, the one from 1957, the engine went into the Volvo 444 and the Volvo Amazon. So a Volvo engine that was put into a Bollinger Munchtal tractor essentially, which became Volvo anyway. But the engine supplied by Volvo, this engine then went into 2 Volvo cars. Okay, well the tyres are all holding air. This one isn't. We can put some air in this to get this off. And then we're going to wind this off. So I don't know why the lights, I haven't seen anything else with the lights up there. But definitely originally they would have gone into these holes here. But these brackets, you know, they're nice brackets. It's had a replacement exhaust stack at some point. But otherwise, everything looks original. What do I know about this? In all honesty, I know nothing about it at all. I know that it was in that barn, and I know underneath were 2 large trays. One was full of oil, and I can see it's still running out oil now. And the other one was full of cooling fluid. so it's burst and lost all its fluids. I don't know the last time it actually started and run, but it's a gasoline engine, so there can't be too much wrong with it. As far as I'm aware, I haven't tried to rotate it. As far as I'm aware, it's not. Right, well that's hydraulic oil that it was losing, because the engine oil is bang on the mark. So it's got a hydraulic oil leak. It's full of oil in there. Yeah, I did take the liberty of taking the gas tank off, and yeah, not good. So we're going to get it off the trailer and we're going to get it in the shop. And so here we are now, 8 weeks later, with the tractor inside where I needed it, in the corner there. Ooh, new lawnmower. So that's ready for me to start working on it. Well, I say it's ready. It's inside and it's safe and it's warm for the first storm in a long time. And that had to come in, and I had a delay getting this in because I was doing other things. And that had to come in because, as I'm sure you're all aware, this is here and in the way. Well, do we do a little update on this? Well, there is nothing to update. Right, I had to take out a second mortgage from what's in that bag there. Right, we now have all the fluids to put this back together. So quick peek, but yeah. So that's that. So once this is out of the way, and it should be out of the way relatively soon, then we can start work on the tractor. So that's basically the video on the tractor, but I want to do something extra for my mum. Well, not just for my mum, but for my mum. So I didn't put a video out last week because I just didn't have anything to do. And last winter, my older subscribers will know that last winter, right, for the first time, there weren't no snow, or there was, but not like we should have. And when you earn a living as a snowplow driver during the winter, right, and there's no snow, you're in trouble. I was in a lot of trouble last year, and this year's been a particularly busy year, on and off, and I've done things that I haven't filmed. After the roof, I said I was doing no more roofs. I then went and helped a mate do a really big roof, like a big roof. And I never take on work in the winter because I can't do it because I've got too much going on. This year I took on a kitchen, so I'm actually in the middle of fitting a kitchen, which I've been doing for a couple of weeks now, which I can't film because it's inside somebody's house. And I did that because last year I caught a cold. Is this year like last year? No. So that's why I'm just gonna, this is for me mum and anybody else that's interested. No, we don't. Here, come here. We don't do that, right? There's no, you know there's no ball outside. Is it cold? Exceedingly cold. Have I got gloves on? No. Are all the trees under an immense amount of weight? Yep. Are they going to be starting to break soon? Yeah, they are. Have I done any snowplow videos? No. So I've just come to the end. Well, we're not at the end. I just had a clean up today after my busiest snowploughing period for 2 years. Certainly there was nothing like this last year, but this is normal. So life here in the Arctic has returned to normal, thankfully. 4 days ago I did something that I've avoided doing all year because I haven't had a bad back for a while, and I lifted something I shouldn't have done. Did my back pop right at that moment? No, but the following morning, bang, on the way down the stairs. Have I struggled for the last 3 days walking? Yes. Have I done all this work, hours and hours and hours in the snowplow with my back pad? Yes. Am I jumping in and out to film? No. No snowplowing videos. But and total silence. Am I blessed? Depends on how you look at it, but I think so. Would I rather be stood here right now in -20? I've had a bad back for 30 years, so we'll just ignore the back thing. Would I rather be stood here in all this mess and poverty and stuff than anywhere that I've lived in the past? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, don't do that. He's an idiot. You're an idiot. Are you going to go inside and shiver? Yeah. Anyway, my snow pole's coming along. Did we lose control of the yard? I'm afraid we did lose control of the yard. Yes, we are getting it back under control today, but for the last few days, there's literally been a route from the shed to the road, and you couldn't walk anywhere else. But we are getting it a bit more under control because it's not actually snowing today. It's going to snow again tomorrow. Right, real nice and heavy, but it's not snowing today. Beautiful. What's in there? Well, we don't know. It's all tidied up now. See all my mess. When the snow comes, there's no mess. Is it, bud? There's no mess. No. I don't bring anything out. I don't bring this ball out because he's going to take it over there into a big pile of snow and he's going to bury it. And that'll be that. Right, and that is the end for this video. Thank you all for watching, really appreciate it. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.